Show me.
Hello everyone, I'm the Martial Arts Film Freak, and for some reason, I've had on my mind quite a lot recently, the Police Story films. I did a review for the first one a little while back, and I just recently did a show for the college that I go to. They do a movie show in the communications department. We did a Kung Fu episode because I had requested it, and one of the movies that I had picked for it was Police Story 3 Supercop. And so just the whole series has been on my brain recently, and I figured, screw it. Last time I did the Ip Man series, I did all the Ip Man movies. This time, I'm going to rank the Police Story films. Starting with the worst and going up to the best, you may disagree with some of this, and that's fine. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. But I think, starting with number, what are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 6. Yeah. 1, 2, Supercop, First Strike, 2004, Lockdown. That's 6. Yeah, it's 6. Alright, yeah. Starting with number 6, the last one. The one that I think is quite not up to par with the rest is Jackie Chan's Police Story 4 First Strike. Now, I'm sure if you love this one, you may be thinking, but do you not realize that that's the one that he fights with the ladder? He fights like 10 dudes with a ladder. And you're right, he does. That must take incredible time and precision and strength and conditioning and focus, but it is just about the only real memorable thing that happens in this movie. The only two things I ever remember from this movie are the ladder fight scene, which, yes, is amazing and awesome. Kudos to Jackie and his stunt team. They fought with a ladder. The other thing that I remember about this movie is, for some reason, Nathan Jones is in it. And I'm pretty sure Nathan Jones is so young he's probably still in WWE. Yes, that Nathan Jones, that Muay Thai giant that you're used to seeing fight Jet Li and Fearless and Tony Jaa the Protector, and heck, he's also in Troy, and he's also in, what was it called? Mad Max Fury Road. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, the guy who's also in this movie. Yeah, he was in the WWE at one point. Very short time. Didn't last very long. It wasn't very good. Didn't go very well. He was at WrestleMania. He probably doesn't like to talk about it. But that is where I put Police Story 4 First Strike. Next up, number 5, meaning it is the next to last in terms of quality. And look, first of all, none of these are bad movies. It's just which one is not as good as the other one, which is not as good as the other one. None of these are bad. They're all good on some varying degree. But next up, I'm going to go with number 5, Police Story 3 Supercop. Yes, the one with Michelle Yeoh, the one that people probably regard as one of his greatest, most iconic movies of all time, and I watched it very recently for the probably 5th time ever, and God, not a lot in this movie is very memorable. There are amazing stunts, there's a couple awesome fight scenes. I love the one at the beginning at like the military base thingy. Michelle Yeoh is awesome throughout the entire movie. Sure, cool, guns, explosions, helicopter hanging off the helicopter thingy. There's a lot of awesome stunts. But that's pretty much it. And you may be thinking, well, like, it's a Jackie Chan movie, what else do you want? Jackie Chan's made a lot of stuff that is better than just a couple awesome stunts. I love what's awesome. I love Michelle Yeoh in it. I love the fight scenes. I love the stunts. There's just not much else in it that really sticks in your brain. Next up, number 4, the most recent of the Police Story franchise, and it is Police Story 2013, or as it is called with the American release, Police Story Lockdown. Now, in this movie, the action really takes a bit of a back seat. There's not a lot of action going on here. There's probably only 2 to 3 fight scenes, and the only one that I can really ever think of is the one in the cage. That is actually a very good fight scene. I think Jackie in that tried to show, like, hey, I can still go, because he takes a lot of hits. Like, the camera goes in slow-mo just to show that Jackie Chan is still really getting hit. Other than that, not much else happens in terms of action, but I actually just really enjoyed the story. It is this criminal, like, holding up a nightclub, and Jackie Chan's daughter is in it, and it honestly just, the ending, I'm going to try not to spoil this, but the ending probably is what makes this better than the other two for me. It is a coolish story. I enjoy the aspects of that. I enjoy some of the characters. That one fight scene is awesome, but the ending of this, it's genuinely really emotional, and it hits really hard. And it gets you thinking, like, this is the last. This is like Jackie signing off on this franchise. And then something else happens just before the credits roll, and it's like, oh no, you might do another one? Don't, because this ending was perfect. Please don't squander this ending by making another. Fun, good movie though. Great movie. Next up, number 3 is Police Story 2. I don't have Police Story 1 and 2 separate. I only have them in this DVD box set. I would like to get the Blu-rays separate at some point, but not yet. Police Story 2 picks up literally directly after the first one, and what I think makes this better than the others is, of course, the action is awesome. I always remember, I think Jackie, this is the one where Jackie, like, kicks this dude through, like, a restaurant window, and there's sometimes you can really see a stunt guy who probably had to go to the hospital. And there's a dude who just lands right on his head and just slams his head on a concrete sidewalk. And it's one of those times in a movie that makes you cringe because you know that guy really got hurt. And every Jackie Chan movie has somebody really getting hurt, but that dude got up. But it's intense. I like this. The story picks up directly after the first one. It continues with all the exact same characters, and just the intensity carries over. The intensity that you had at the fire that Jackie Chan has at the end of the first movie carries directly over, because things, even though things kind of ended on such a high note for the good guys in the first one, it just shows that they didn't really win, and he still has to fight, and it's really, really good. Number 2, this one, I fought with this and the second movie, but number 2 is going to be New Police Story from 2004. Again, I would like to get this on Blu-ray, I just don't have it on Blu-ray yet. This, I think, was the first movie that got dark. The opening of the movie is Jackie and his team going in on this raid on this group of criminals, and Jackie is, like, he's the same hero cop that he was in the other movies. I don't know if he plays the exact same character, but he is the best of the best. He is worshipped. He is the best cop that they have ever seen. And within the first 10 minutes, he fails, and his entire team is murdered in front of him. He tries everything he can to stop it, but he can't, and they all die right in front of him, and it affects him. He becomes a drunk, an alcoholic, he's depressed, his relationship is falling apart, and he is helped with the introduction of the character whose name I don't know, but he is played by Nicholas Che. I don't know his name, but he's great in every movie I've ever seen him in, and he's awesome. The villains in this movie are also great. It's just this group of young adults, teenagers pretty much, and 2 of them are Daniel Wu, who you'll most likely recognize from the fantastic show Into the Badlands. He is Sonny, the main character of that show, but he's much younger in this because it was about a decade and a half ago. And this movie also introduced one of the other villains, Andy On, who now is just like one of the biggest names, I think. I don't actually keep up with who's like the top of Chinese cinema, but he is huge over there, and I wish he was bigger here because he's amazing, and he could be. He speaks English. I want him to do stuff over here more. But he and Jackie have 2 awesome moments. They have a short, brief fight scene at the beginning, and then the best product placement ever, they have a fight scene at the very end of the movie in Legoland, and it's awesome, and I love Andy On. This movie really introduced him, I think, for a lot of people. I think mostly his career. This was very early in his career, and Andy On's great, and they have a fight scene, and it's great. This movie also has one of the funniest bits, I think, since the first movie, like where Jackie and Nicholas Che are in jail, and they're trying to escape because they have to go beat the bad guys, and they don't realize that the police want them to escape, and they don't realize that everything they're doing is too easy, and that the cops around them are just really ignoring them, and they completely know that they're escaping, and it's hilarious, and I love it. It's a great movie. I really like this movie. I'm probably going to watch it right now. And number 1, of course, you can't beat the original Police Story. Again, I don't have the set. They're not separate. It's a box set. I'm sorry. The first one's great. What else can I say about it? I did a review on it. It's hilarious, and for many reasons. The comedy. One thing I've realized from watching the third one so recently is the comedy in the third one feels like it's reaching. It's trying really hard. When the comedy in the first, just, it feels so organic. It feels natural. The characters, the way the characters all get along and don't get along. Jackie just kind of up his whole situation. And the emotion in it. The emotion is raw. Jackie's rant at the end when he's getting screwed over by everybody from his colleagues to his boss to the criminals, and the action of him just defending himself in the park and then going after the bad guys at the end in the mall. The opening with the freaking town raid and they drive the cars through and Jackie's hanging on the umbrella on the bus. It's just a freaking near perfect movie and I love it so much. You've seen my review. There's nothing really much else I can say about it without making a 20-minute long essay video, which I'd like to do at some point. I just don't have the time because that would mean writing a script. So there you have it. That is what I think of the Police Story films. God, you gotta go number 6, First Strike. Number 5, Supercop. What is it? Number 4, Police Story Lockdown or Police Story 2013. Police Story 2, New Police Story, and then the first number 1 top best of them all, Police Story. That was fun. But what do you think? I told you that you'd probably think I was wrong. If you have a different opinion, tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think is the best? What do you think is the worst? And what's your favorite moments from all of the Police Story films? God, I hope we don't get another one. Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, bell icon. More videos up here with this little button icon thingy. Hit subscribe, all that good stuff. Head over to martialjournal.com for movie reviews, book reviews, TV reviews, all things martial arts and action. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.